Everyone loves food. I mean, we need it to survive, so hopefully we should love food. Here's a fork. It looks like a simple fork, but it represents satisfaction, the satisfaction of eating and savoring food. I will be talking about the food culture, and that is what I identify myself in. Eating food can cause us pleasure when we're hungry, in the sense that when we're starving and we finally get to eat, we're like, oh, this is so great. It satisfies our stomachs. It's pleasure in that sense. It can also be comforting to us. For example, I'm pretty sure we all have a favorite dish that our grandmother or our mother makes that we're just like, oh my gosh, like I love this. Well, why do we love it? Well, because it makes us feel like if we're at home, it makes us feel loved. It's food that makes us feel comfort. By learning about food, you can have an open mind about why it symbolizes comfort and why it symbolizes hospitality. This fork can be used as a tool to eat. It helps us to enjoy our food. Not everyone uses forks. You can use chopsticks, spoons, any other sporks if you're into that, but as long as we use utensils to eat. For example, if someone invites you to dinner to their home, the dinner table is most likely going to be set up with a spoon, with a fork, knife, something to help you eat. That can symbolize hospitality. Why? Because someone is welcoming you into their home, and they're sharing hospitality with you by giving you food. And well, in dinner, obviously food is involved, and forks and all of that. So that should give you a sense of hospitality. Someone wants to make you feel like if you're at home. I identify with this culture because of the taste. For example, sometimes I taste a certain food that reminds me of something. So that would be nostalgia. So for example, when I eat chicken soup, I instantly remember my grandmother. When I was 8 years old, she used to always give me chicken soup, and unfortunately she passed away. So every time that I eat it now, I'm just like, oh, my grandmother, it reminds me of her. And that's comforting to me because, it's someone I love. So of course, food can sometimes be that nostalgia that we have when we taste it, or when, we're reminded of an event, or something that is significant in our lives. The culture of food is important to me because we make food to make people feel comforted. For example, we want to make food that tastes good. You never want to taste food that is like bad, obviously. So to make it taste good, you gotta obviously put your love into it. I feel like that food is that gateway to love. You share your love with people that way. You make it with love, so of course they're gonna love it. My conclusion would be that I know food is just food, and I know that we just eat it and we don't think, oh, this food means this. Obviously, we just eat it. But hopefully now you can kind of consider the fact that food can be a symbol of comfort, of hospitality, and even more than that. First, I had talked about how the fork represents the food culture and how I identify with the food culture. That's my presentation.